Hey, Dax here of Pit Stop Pilipinas. Ngayon, Racing Bulls naman ang pag-uusapan natin. Alamin natin kung saan sila nag-originate and then bakit may dalawang Red Bull Formula 1 team. Nag-originate ang Racing Bulls noong 2006 nung binili ng Red Bull ang Minardi Formula 1 team. Kasi gusto ng Red Bull noon magkaroon sila ng isang junior team kung saan bibigyan nila ng chance yung mga galing sa Drivers Academy nila and then yung mga drivers na galing sa Formula 2 and then sa Formula 3. So lahat ng mga rookies dadaan muna ng Toro Rosso before sila ma-promote para mag-drive doon nga sa main Formula 1 team ng Red Bull. Originate yung Racing Bull sa Italy. That's why yung first name nila noon ay Scuderia Toro Rosso. So noong 2006 nga binili ng Red Bull yung Minardi Formula 1 team. Ang Minardi Formula 1 team noon since 2000, isa lang siyang maliit na Formula 1 team who's competing sa midfield. So hindi naman sila ganun ka-competitive because of financial constraints. Yung team principal nila noon ay isang Australiano na si Paul Studart. Isa sa mga key drivers nila noon ay sina Fernando Alonso kung saan siya nagsimula noong 2001 and then si Mark Webber na nag-drive sa kanila noong 2002. Well-respected naman yung Minardi Formula 1 team kasi nga isa sila sa mga team na nagbibigay ng chance sa mga rookies, especially yung galing sa Formula 2 and then sa Formula 3. Hindi sila masyadong tumatanggap ng mga pay drivers. So ang hinahanap talaga nila is yung mga drivers na may talent. So yun nga, noong 2006, naging Scuderia Toro Rosso siya. Unang team principal nila noon ay si Franz Tost from 2006 hanggang 2023. Matagal yung tenure niya sa Toro Rosso that have undergone different name changes throughout the Formula 1 season. Yung Scuderia Toro Rosso did not start as a very competitive team given na sila yung junior team ng Red Bull Racing. Yung mga first drivers nila noon, sina Vitantonio Liuzzi, tapos Scott Speed, then si Sebastian Vettel, and then si Daniel Ricciardo. Nagkaroon sila ng isang panalo nung naipanalo ni Vettel yung Italian Grand Prix. So home race ng Toro Rosso yon. So it was a big deal during that time in Formula 1. Starting 2014, dito na pumasok yung mga kilalang drivers na until now driving for Formula 1 tulad ni na Carlos Sainz and then si Max Verstappen and then si Pierre Gasly. Ganun din yung naging trajectory ng career nila. So from Scuderia Toro Rosso, i-promote sila sa Red Bull Racing. Pero itong si Carlos Sainz pumunta ng Renault Formula 1 team because of the engine deal nila noon sa Renault. Iba-iba yung naging engine supplier ng Toro Rosso. So that includes Ferrari and then nag-switch sila sa Renault and then until na ginamit na nila yung Honda powertrain. Then from 2020 hanggang 2023, nagpalit-ulit sila ng pangalan. So from Scuderia Toro Rosso, naging Scuderia Alpha Tauri sila. Key drivers nila noon include Pierre Gasly, then si Yuki Tsunoda, si Nick De Vries, also Liam Lawson. Yung Alpha Tauri, consistent naman sila as midfield team. And in fact, nanalo sila noong 2020 sa Italian Grand Prix. So home race na naman ulit. And then it was Pierre Gasly who was driving. So we have to take note na hindi lahat ng nagda-drive sa Racing Bulls na po-promote sa main team nila. May mga drivers na sinisibak kaagad because of performance issue. Isa na doon si Nick De Vries na kung saan because of his poor performance and several DNFs, natanggal siya sa Racing Bulls which was Alpha Tauri back then. Huwag na kayong magtaka kung nagkakaroon ng promotion. So from Racing Bulls, mapopromote sa main team na Red Bull Racing. Tapos kapag nagkaroon ng hindi magandang performance sa main team, biglang madedemote na naman sa Racing Bulls. So nangyari din to kaya Pierre Gasly when he was driving for Alpha Tauri. He got promoted sa Red Bull Racing, but then when he was not performing really well against Max Verstappen, he got demoted sa Alpha Tauri. So nangyari din to kay Liam Lawson when he was driving for VCARB when Checo Perez was not performing well against Max noong 2024 season. He got promoted sa Red Bull Racing, pero after 2 races lang na-demote siya sa Racing Bulls. So ganun yung kultura ng Red Bull kapag hindi ka nagpakita ng magandang performance kaagad, especially kapag may hinahabol na points or place sa Constructors Championship, yung main team nila, talagang masisiba ka, machuchugi ka. And hindi lang drivers yung nagiging biktima dito. So pati team principals, hindi siya immune sa ganitong kultura ng Red Bull. So ganun din ang nangyari kay Christian Horner noon, not just because of the controversies but because of the lack of performance nung 2024 season ng Red Bull. Isa yun sa naging factor kung bakit pati yung Thailand faction ng Red Bull Racing decided to replace Christian Horner with Laurent Mekies from Racing Bulls. So, di ba, pati team principal napopromote from the junior team to the main team. So, ganun yung situation ng Racing Bulls. So, they are not really expected to compete for Constructors Championship but they're just there para ma-develop yung mga rookies and then yung mga drivers from their junior F1 academy and then yung mga prospects nila from Formula 2 and other racing categories. So I know I didn't mention Daniel Ricciardo in this segment kasi pag-uusapan namin ni paring Chad si Daniel Ricciardo, and then I'll also talk about him during the segment for Red Bull Racing. Currently, this season with Isaac Hadjar racing for them and Liam Lawson, which are both very young and very hungry to get some points or to prove themselves that they deserve to be in the main team, which is yung Red Bull Racing. So let's see next season kung may mga driver changes, not just for Racing Bulls but also for Red Bull Racing. Itong sina Yuki Tsunoda and then si Liam Lawson and Isaac Hadjar are all fighting for that number 2 position sa Red Bull Racing. Pero may mga nagsasabi din na they should have stayed sa Racing Bulls rather than go to the main team. Kasi nga based on previous season, hindi maganda yung nagiging performance ng number 2 driver ng Red Bull Racing kahit sino pa yung ilagay dyan.